Hi everyone! I hope you're having a great morning so far. Today I'm going to be working on some arrangements for a local nursing home that I normally would go do volunteer work at. And even though I'm looking around my own garden and I do have quite a lot of things to cut, I need to make 20 bouquets this morning and I'm a little bit afraid I'm going to be cutting it a little bit thin. So what I'm going to do is head over to my girlfriend Katie's cut flower garden just down the road. She has a cut your own flower farm on the same road that I grow on. So I'm just going to go down to her. I know she has a lot of great things like brain celosia and some other things that I can probably use just to make sure that these bouquets are nice and full for the residents. So I thought you might like to see her place, so we're going to go down there together. Now, Katie is Amish, so I might not do too much talking while we're there. I want to be really respectful of her and her farm. So let's get into the truck and go down to Katie's. So I'm back home now, and here's what I picked from Katie's. I got 20 stems from her, mainly celosia, which I think is going to look really great in the arrangements and will just last a really long time, and they can even dry it if they want to. So now what we need to do is do a big harvest of my own farm and make some really fun and beautiful bouquets. Let's do it! All right, so we're back inside now, and really it was a pretty good harvest out there. I'm almost wondering if I needed to go over to Katie's, but I'll show you what I picked. So we have the beautiful luminescent zinnias, then we have the canary bird zinnia and the envy zinnia, and each of these arrangements will have 2 zinnias in it. I have some of the Kilimanjaro marigolds and some ironweed. I'm kind of running out of ironweed, which was a little bit sad to see that when I was back there. I picked some limelight hydrangeas. I picked a whole bunch of the powder puff asters, which last a really long time in arrangements. I'm using obedience plant kind of as a multi-purpose filler here, somewhat as greenery because I'm running out of foliage, and also as a nice spike element. Got some sunflowers here. I also have a little bit of dianthus and some of that really lovely pink flamingo celosia from the garden. And then just some more sunflowers and some other greenery that I could find. And then of course we have things from Katie's beautiful farm to use as well. So for this particular nursing home, we have to use plastic containers, which can be a little bit challenging because of course having weight is always helpful. So what I'm using today is a mixture of these Parmesan cheese jars, because it's kind of a thicker plastic. And then I'm also using these tea jugs. I think this was True Leaf tea that was in here. And I tested this and it doesn't seem to fall over once it's filled with water. And I'm just really going for something to cheer everybody up. So these aren't going to be like extravagant, over the top arrangements. I'm just looking for them to be, you know, beautiful, full of color, and just to say, hey, we're still thinking about you all. All right, so I'm going to make these and then I'll show you what they look like. Well guys, I've got them all arranged and I'm really happy with how they turned out. I basically tried to include 1 or 2 stems of each variety of flower or foliage that I had on hand, and just make something colorful and cheerful, you know, nothing too hard. Really easy to put something like this together quickly. I quickly abandoned the idea of the iced tea bottles. I found that their necks was really just too narrow and the stems just felt really stuffed tight in there. It really just didn't look nice. So I only used the plastic pasta sauce bottles and some plastic Parmesan cheese bottles, and there might be like a peanut butter jar in here somewhere too that's plastic. But I'm really just so excited to deliver these things to the residents at the nursing home. And I hope maybe it inspires you to give away some flowers from your garden. You know, there's a lot of people now out there that could use a good cheering up, right? And I think that when you give someone flowers, even if it just lasts for just a second, it makes them smile. You know, I can't imagine ever giving someone flowers and them being sad or angry. They just always seem to bring that dose of happiness. And we could all use some happiness about now, couldn't we? So thanks so much for, oh, I should mention one other thing. If you are going to donate flowers to somewhere like a nursing home or retirement home, anything like that, make sure to always call beforehand. Talk to the right person, the person that would be in charge of distributing your bouquets to the residents, and make sure to follow any rules and guidelines that they might give you. So, you know, for this particular nursing home, they don't want us to use any glass, so you want to be really respectful and just listen to that. Don't make their job any harder than it already is. Go ahead and follow any guidelines they give you. Well guys, I think that wraps up the video. I'm actually running out of time, so I need to get these guys packaged up and drive down to the nursing home. So I guess I will wish you happy gardening and goodbye.